So what's going on here, if I understand this, is that FBI agents are leaking information about ICE raids to information that's ending up in the hands of not only illegal immigrants, but gangs who get the heads up that ICE is coming in and then can flee. I mean, that has got to be a violation or worse. I mean, it's got to be a violation of every duty that the FBI holds. I would also say probably a violation of their actual security clearances, because this is information that is classified information that they are leaking, and they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, as anybody who holds security clearance and violates that clearance has been and should be.
Well, I don't know about anybody that's had that clearance and violated it.
Let's talk about that. That'd be interesting.
But I do think that in this context, it's undeniable. If those things have happened, if the FBI is leaking about ICE raids and stuff, I think that is ample evidence that we need people like Kash Patel, people that are outside of the bureaucracy, going into these organizations and looking for the people that are not on board with the administration. There's a lot of people that are up in arms about Elon Musk, and the thing they say over and over is he's not elected. He's not elected. There's only 435 members of Congress, 100 senators, and one president. That's 536 elected representatives. That's it. Like in the federal government. Everybody else, all the other millions and millions of people that work for the federal government, they're all appointed. None of them are elected. So this idea that an unelected person, going in and trying to fix the problems of other unelected people is beyond the pale is ridiculous. The president needs to have the authority to fire people. And this is something that I'm not sure if we're actually going to talk about it, but it's something that will come up in the future, because there's a lot of judges that are blocking things that the president has said, as executive orders he's made. And the argument is, well, the president doesn't have the authority to do that. The president doesn't have the authority. And essentially what they're saying is, if the president is of the opposing political party, he has no authority and will use the judiciary to prevent him from doing anything we don't like. I mean, there's a list, I have it, of specific things that have been blocked so far.
We're definitely going to talk about that because the judge is being impeached.
Good, but the
impeachment, the articles of impeachment are being filed.
Good, that's important, because we need to be able to fix the problems at the FBI. If this is the case, if the president can't...
You want me to just say it, Phil?
Go ahead, yeah.
I'm going to say what we're talking about when you have states defying federal law, cheating the Constitution, FBI agents opposing the executive administration, and judges going rogue to shut down executive authority.
It's been a long time. Give it to me.
Civil War!
That was my first time on the show. You're getting it. All right.
It's been a while. But it's back, baby. Civil War is back on the table, or at least on the podcast. Right. But you're not wrong. And thankfully, we do have, and this is something that I said a couple months ago when we were talking about these possible problems. I would prefer there to be some kind of conflict like this when the party that I prefer has the levers of power than when the other party has the levers of power. So if the Democrats want to be like, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and resist, et cetera, and want to do all that stuff, fine. Then we'll go ahead and allow the executive to do executive things. Send the FBI to go ahead and pick up the people that are not following the rules and put them in front of the jury, in front of the courts. I would love it.
Right, but this is the crazy thing. Trump, what are the moves he's made? He said, we're going to put you on leave. And they said, no. He's not even firing them. He says, we're going to keep paying you, but you're just not going to be here. And they're like, nope. So and this is what they did during Trump's first term, but this time he's not playing around. They've repeatedly tried to act like the president has no authority at all, as if the president himself is a ceremonial position. That's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Now, we will get into more of that, of course. To go back to the immigration thing, we'll center this around, what we're talking about now, law enforcement at the federal level that has been aiding and abetting criminals. And I got questions, because certainly we can look at what Tom Homan said. According to the story, he told Fox News, Hannity, some of the information we are receiving tends to lead toward the FBI. saying they're quite certain it's coming from inside the FBI. He said he's been promised not only will a person lose their job and pension, but they will go to jail. I'm glad to hear it. But I got questions for Tom. There were CBP agents that were facilitating child trafficking.
Yeah.
We going to forget that?
No.
Is the argument that because Biden told them to do it, we're okay with that? I'm not okay with that. So I don't know how far any of these people are willing to go, but I'll tell you likely what I see happening. Tom Homan, Trump, they're going to say, if we've got cogs in a machine that are the banality of evil, but they're going to do their job now as we go against, they're going to let these guys go. The CBP agents that were bringing these children in knowing that they were being trafficked into sex slavery, they're not going to see any charges. And the argument is going to be, they're just doing their job and we need their assistance and we don't want to lose these officers and things like that. I don't accept that. But I don't think Trump or Homan or anybody else is going to actually take action against them.
I think they'll take. Homan is definitely the right guy for the job because he works for the Border Patrol Agency, and then he worked as an assistant special agent for immigration for ICE, and he's made his way up. He is tough as nails. He's hardcore, and if he would go after people today, I can see him. To answer your question, Tim, yes, he will do that. But I don't see. I'm really worried about him going back and not taking all the agents who did facilitate all the child traffic sex working.
But let me say something. I think it's going to be controversial with this audience. But look, I agree with everything you said. But there should be some legal consistency, right? I mean, FBI agents violating their clearances, providing classified information to drug cartels to give them the heads up that ICE is coming in, is beyond the pale, immoral, and illegal. But the guy named Snowden, who had high security clearance, the highest security clearance in the land, instead of going to the Inspector General of the CIA and saying, I believe there's illegal activity taking place that violates America's constitutional rights, decides on his own accord to leak highly classified information to the press, putting people's lives in jeopardy.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.